Welcome to SF Commercial Property Conversations with Bruce Bean, where Bay Area investments meet expert insights. Get ready to unlock the strategies of commercial real estate success.
Well, good day to you all. It's great to have you here. Today, we're going to talk with Jacob Sanchez. He is a commercial broker in San Jose. Is that correct, Jacob?
That's correct. Yeah.
And so we'll kind of go through the history. And Jacob, you went through high school in Piedmont, so maybe you can give us a little background here.
Yeah. So born and raised in San Jose. I went to Piedmont Hills. My parents had this habit of sending me to a different school every 2 years. We stayed in the same house, which is crazy. But just bouncing around through San Jose, it paid off super well because now I know everybody. I know everybody's families.
You got to know everybody in high school.
I really did. And once you get plugged in with a family and a group through sports and just through living over the last 34 years in San Jose, you got to know a lot of people. And now a lot of my friends are literally scattered throughout all businesses, all, local government. And it's a fantastic place to be. I went to San Jose State for college too. So, I mean, that's another local, place for a lot of people working in the Valley here.
Yeah. So did you come out in real estate or what did you graduate with?
Oddly enough, I studied chemistry. I was taking a much different route in school, and all my professors basically took me to the side and said, "You talk to way too many people. You're not a scientist. Go do something else."
You're too much of an extrovert to be a scientist.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of group work that was taking place when I was studying chemistry at university. So,
so how did you then get into real estate?
The professors, one of my professors literally said, "Jacob, you either need to go into sales or politics." And I go, "Okay, well, if I'm going to go sell something, what can I sell that's large, right?" And commercial buildings was kind of the natural. It was the first item that I found. So I went and I started talking to people that sold commercial real estate. And here I am.
Here you are. So how many years have you been in commercial real estate now?
This is, I'm in year 7 right now. So we're still working on that first 10 here.
Oh, well, that's always a fun time.
It is, yeah.
And you're with a group. Tell us a little bit about the group you're in.
So the group I'm with was Bishop Clancy Commercial. We've switched our name to BCCRE. It formerly David Clancy and Scott Bishop. They came together. They've been best friends since they were kids, and they came into the industry together 22 years ago. And they worked at one of the big houses, and they started their own group. I think like 3 years in. So yeah, we've been here for probably 19 years. I think that's the number.
Yeah. And what's your specialty, or do you have one?
Yeah, so I get to work with a lot of industrial spaces, a lot of contractors, and then on the other side of things, I get to work with a lot of medical offices. Both of which I'm not exactly sure how I found my way into those two groups, but I found my way into there, and I really enjoy working with the doctors, the medical staff, and I really enjoy working with contractors because both groups kind of just sit there and go, "Yeah, we could get this done. This is exactly what we need," So
yeah. Well, medical spaces are difficult. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good community. I mean, a lot of these folks, as you know, a lot of folks don't want to move, right? In our South Bay markets, we've had a lot of development, and that has spurred a lot of the moves I've done over the last 6 years.
Yeah, a lot of people have been moved out because their property is being redeveloped and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the folks that have been there for 25 years go, "Hey, we got to move," and we don't want to.
We don't want to, but we've been given an offer we can't refuse, or we're getting kicked out of our space, whatever is happening there. Yeah, and you got to relocate them. Yeah, that's a tough business sometimes to make it all work and come together.
Yeah, it is. It's been very fulfilling though to be able to do that. you know how it is. These folks are spending all their time working on what they're good at in their profession, and when people are forced to move, it's really nice to work with a professional in commercial real estate to help aid that and help make it as least painful as possible.
It can be painful. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about it. Yeah, you were just talking about PG&E problems, and
I was.
that that can be a big hiccup along the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting to see a build. I tell a lot of my clients, if we could get 85% of your needs, that is about as good as we're going to be. We could build and bring in the other 15%. But especially with the supply issue in the market, and all the different restraints, especially with doctors and stuff, they want to stay. If they can't stay in their current space, they want to be right next door because they're afraid that moving, they're going to lose their clients as they
Yeah.
move. And it's a really challenging thing, but I always tell them, hey, listen, the dentist I've been going to him since I was born, like
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
leaving him anytime soon. Not to say that there's not other dentists out there that are proficient, but you have that relationship with your healthcare providers, and that's where you're comfortable. They've known you for a long time.
Yeah. No, I think what you're talking about is managing expectations, and
Yeah,
if the doctors think they're going to get 100% of what they had, that's going to be a tough delivery. But
yeah.
if you can get their expectations to 85%, then you're in a much better space to work with. So,
Yeah, but then like to change things, right? When I have my contractors and we give them a bigger floor plan to work with, and now they could go in there and things are more organized. Their teams come in and they're not bumping into each other. Traffic is flowing better out of their spaces. I've had so many people that are anxious to move, and then 3 months later, I check in and go, "Hey, how's it going?" And they go, "We should have did this 6 years ago." I'm saving time on the hourly wage. I'm saving time in gas because of the move. Everything's organized. My team's like we're growing. And hey, by the way, we should have. We're glad we only signed for this, but we might need another warehouse soon because we're growing now. And it's like how change begets
yeah,
change. And when you're able to organize folks, and help them with the logistics, they start growing and they start they start doing well. So
everything starts flowing much better. So, do
yeah.
you do a design build approach?
Um, I don't, but I don't, maybe I should, but I kind of look at the whole landscape of the area and I go, hey, that there's a preschool right over there. Hey, there's this over here. Hey, that this traffic. And we just kind of look at stuff and I go, isn't this a partner of yours? And they go, no. And I go, shouldn't it be? And they go, it should be. And just being able to know the community and look at things, it brings a lot of it brings some insight to my clients because they kind of look at it and they go, no, yeah, we should be talking to these guys. Actually, this is great. We're right next to them. And I kid you not, I put somebody in North San Jose a couple months ago, and their neighbors, they just secured a huge contract with their neighbors. And it's exactly like that. It's like, hey, you guys work with them, right? And they go, no, we don't. I'm like, well, do you want me to make the introduction? And they go, yeah. And so business is coming out of that deal and that move because it's just a very strategic partner that's right down the way from them.
Well, so it's value add completely all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
So, and people don't often realize what value you can bring to the table. Uh,
yeah,
so that's a fantastic combination of things.
yeah.
So, where do you see the future heading these days?
That is a great question. And if I knew that, I probably wouldn't be working at all. I would, yeah. I don't know. A lot of people ask me that question, and in a big way, Bruce, we have to build a future, right? You can't just go, oh, it's either going to be sunny or it's going to be rainy. We have a lot of ability as humans and as a community to build stuff and to, create our processes and talk with our government officials and talk with our local leaders and go, hey, where do we want to be? Where are we going? And that's a big part of what I'm interested in doing and what I will continue to be doing because I don't know. Anything could happen. I think the government will continue to print money at a federal level, and outside of that, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
taxes. I mean,
you
taxes
just
could go either way right now. Who knows? I don't know.
yeah. just keep cranking it out and see what happens.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, my approach is kind of every 18 months, I kind of take a step back and go, okay, what do I need to make adjustments to my business model? Like with who I'm working with or what I'm doing, because I have no idea. Who knows?
yeah.
But
What would you say your kind of secret sauce is in terms of finding tenants or finding clients?
oh, I mean, it's just my personality. I love talking to people, right? I flew out to Indianapolis last week just to go talk to some friends and see what the environment is out there. I was in the airport talking to people I haven't seen in like 10, 15 years. And the entire time I'm in the airport, just seeing people that I know and talking to them and going, hey, we need to catch up. We need to grab coffee. I kid you not, Bruce. I love talking to people. And with that, I might not have business here, but hey, maybe this group needs a banking relationship, right? Hey, maybe this group needs a new insurance broker. Hey, maybe this group, the owner is looking to restucco his house. I got a contractor for that. So everywhere I go, I'm just talking to people saying, what are you up to? What's going on? And they go, well, I need a person for this. I need an attorney for this. Okay, talk to so-and-so. And I get to generate a lot of business that way. And at the end of the day, it all kind of comes back down to me because I'm strengthening these relationships across the board.
So we're coming back to chemistry, really.
Me talking to too many people? Absolutely.
Well, no. I'm talking about chemistry in terms of putting the modules together, so to speak. That this group goes with this group, so it's all about kind of creating and making chemistry work.
Yeah, no, totally. But even when I was in my undergraduate studies in chemistry, I would be friends with the valedictorian of our class. I would be friends with the class above us. I would be friends with the professor. I would literally go get beers with the professors after our midterms and stuff. And I'd just be like, I just failed your midterm. But I was not the smartest person in chemistry, right? But I was really good at getting resources from the class before us, talking with the professors, being like, hey, would we look to see a question like this, this, and this, and this? And they go, absolutely, that's a question I'm going to ask. And then I would take the valedictorian stuff and go, hey, this is going to be the style of questions. This is what we're going to look at. Shoot, it was a girl. She would usually work up the answers to this stuff. And then I would distribute that amongst everybody. Everybody would get high B's, low A's on the test. And they go, thank you. And then I would overthink the problem and I would usually get about a C- or a D, right? And the professors go, hey, let's go grab a beer. And I go, I just failed your test. And they go, don't worry about it. You're going to get a B in the class. Don't worry about
it. the work hard ethic was there. So you got a good grade just because of that. Yeah.
I was so well connected in college, but at the same point, the tests were hard and I just always overthink it.
Yeah. Well, you and I are not good at taking standard testing. I can tell that we're kind of in the same box here.
Yeah.
So, and talking to people is more our forte. I can see that would be true.
Yeah.
My wife always says I'm the guy in the airplane. She'll sit next to somebody and not talk to them at all.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm sitting next to somebody and I know their whole life story and who their family is and what they do and everything about them by the time the flight is over. And I suspect you're the same way.
Bruce, I actually try not to do that, but yes, that happens every single time. Like the stewardess will come and bring us all sandwiches for free and stuff if we're sitting there because it's just like I'm talking to everybody. I'm like, hey, how's everything going? Everything's good, great. It's a lot of fun.
No, and I think it's great for being in the business that we are, that we can do this.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons I like doing podcasting because you get to talk to people and find out what makes them tick and so forth. So it's a great combination.
I think you're onto something here. I mean, it is just it's such a cool tool that you could utilize, especially in our industry, right? And just getting to know people's stories, getting to know where people's focuses are.
It's great fun. Do you happen to know Patty McGowan? Do you know that name at all?
No, but that sounds really familiar.
She was one of the first female commercial real estate agents in the Silicon Valley area.
Okay.
And I just did a podcast with her yesterday, and it was hilarious. I mean, she was trying to get a listing with a group, and she called and called and called, couldn't get a hold of the main guy. And finally, she hired a guy to go in with a gorilla suit and hand him the listing agreement. And she got the listing, not only for that particular, for McCann, this was for McCandless part. She got that for McCandless and for another listing. I mean, those were the days.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. I never wore a gorilla suit, but I've definitely walked in plenty of times, and I've found myself in conversations, right? And one of the conversations, the CEO walks in and they're talking to me, and everybody's in the room, the decision makers are talking. And after about like 2 hours of talking, they go, "Hey, who is this guy? Where did he come from?"
What's he doing here?
Yeah. And I go, "Well, I was just in the neighborhood. I just want to drop in." But we were in a conversation for at least 2 hours before the CEO realizes, who on earth is Jacob and what is he doing here talking about such a serious matter?
I'm just in the neighborhood. I just wandered in.
Yeah.
You're getting all this insight into their business.
I mean, we were talking about moving them. Yeah. So, but I mean, that's, maybe I have to go get a gorilla suit. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So, so if people want to get a hold of you, Jacob, where would they find you?
Well, you guys can find me on LinkedIn, Jacob Sanchez. You guys can also find me, you guys can email me, jacob@bccre.com. And I don't know if you could put my number down at the bottom, but you guys definitely text or call if you guys ever want to talk.
You can just give the number. People could write that down if you want.
408-603-8943. Yeah, give me a text or a call if you guys want to talk. Even if you guys want to call me to tell me some jokes, I will entertain that.
some good information always coming through the humor side.
Yeah.
You got any good jokes lately?
Bruce, I hate to say it, but none that I would want to put on your podcast. Yeah, if somebody can call, and I'll depending on your personality and your humor.
Yeah, that is always good. Got to be appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much from a communication perspective. I look at like the Dave Chappelle's and the Norm Macdonald's, and you see how they dictate a whole conversation through jokes, right? And it's absolutely amazing. I would love to be like that at a older age here, that I could just talk to people you're
thinking you might go into stand-up eventually?
No, I would love to, but no, I won't do that. It just in the conversation, just in being able to talk to people, it's like there's such a high value in comedy, right? In communicating with people. So I mean, especially,
I think that's so true.
Yeah. Like, especially when you could start a meeting, you kind of set up the joke, and then 2 hours later you end the joke and you walk out on that, and they go, "Man, that guy was saving that joke for 2 hours. That's amazing."
you gave him the lead in and then finally give him the punchline.
Yeah.
That's good technique. I like that. That's great. Bring it full circle. Well, we've come full circle here. I've enjoyed this chemistry that we put together. So I look forward to talking to you down the road.
Sounds good, Bruce. Yeah, look forward to it.
That's a wrap on today's journey through the SF commercial real estate scene. Ready to share your story? Visit sfcommercialconversations.com/guest. Your insights could lead the next conversation.